there's actually somebody I noticed.
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin, and that's Nettie Liddell. We're talking with actor Alfonso Freeman. If you have any questions for Alfonso, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225.
Call me. Don't make me come over there.
Yeah. You don't want Alfonso Freeman mad at you.
You do not want me mad at you. I'm from Compton.
Serious.
I'm really from Compton.
That's right. So Los Angeles born, and that's interesting that you were talking about that a little bit, coming from Los Angeles and being an actor from Los Angeles, and also being an actor that comes out here from Podunk, wherever, and you feel like actors actually have a better shot.
Yeah. My story, if anyone's ever seen the movie Hollywood Shuffle, I had a couple of those moments, but one in particular was I've had this happen twice where I've gone to casting directors, and they look at my resume and my picture and everything and said, "So, where are you from?" And I say, "Well, I'm from Los Angeles." And they glaze over. Seriously, they glaze over. I mean, if there's anybody else in LA who's had this happen to, I really want to hear from you. They literally glaze over, and I guess they think that LA people are not very interesting. But then when I had to save the moment, so when I said, well, I grew up in Compton, and I actually literally had one casting director say, "Oh, the ghetto, how was that for you? Was that?"
Oh my God.
And one part of me didn't know what to make of it. The other one is, okay, I got her back.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How
It's
was
amazing.
the ghetto for you?
Yeah, and then I had
That is amazing.
And I had to sell it,
Yeah.
there was the gangs and there was the Crips and everything like that. They try to get me in the gangs and everything and blah, blah, blah. And,
there you go.
And those things really did happen, but I never wanted to have to live my life, glorifying, what parts of my negative past existed.
No,
Sure.
they're just trying to package you right up,
Well, the role that I was auditioning for wasn't even that kind of a role. It was a military guy. I just needed them. But I guess they think the LA actors aren't serious or something. So
it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was just in New York over December, and the New York, I was with some directors and actors, and they're like, you people in LA, it's sunny all the time. You don't need to push yourselves to work. I know that I'm gonna be freezing my butt off, and all I want to do is just make this film, and I'm gonna stay here until I make it. Out in LA, it's like you could go to the beach, you could,
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting about LA. You really do. If I stepped out of my shoes as an LA actor and stepped into the shoes of a casting director, or someone looking at us, yeah. I mean, think about how it is for people in sports in other areas. In the Midwest, these people are hardcore looking at their football teams. In the South, it's hot, and they're out there watching the Crimson Tide plow over some other team down there. In the East, in New York, if they want to go to an audition, it's marching through the subways, through the snow and the cold and hot in the heat and attitudes and everything else. Mm-hmm. In LA, we got traffic. It's significant, but it's not the same. And theater here, because we have so much to do, theater is not as taken as seriously as back east. Back east, they got theater. Sorry about that.
Nice effect.
Yeah. Back east, Chicago, they've got theater. New York, they've got theater. I mean, real theater. Here, you got a bunch of guys, and I don't mean to, I hope I don't sound bad to my fellow actors here, but you have a bunch of guys trying to get agents and managers.
Right. Showcasing.
Showcasing. I want to work. I mean, I'm not interested in showcasing. I already got an agent and a manager. I want to work just, because I enjoy it, and I just enjoy the thrill and energy of a good show. But you got a young person here who wants to make his mark. I understand it. I accept it. It's a reality, But
okay, well, that goes into kind of something we were talking about last week. We were talking about how Chicago seems to have a little more of a theater scene in LA, and some people feel that that's due in part to the fact that LA has a 99-seat equity contract where Chicago doesn't. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I don't know. LA has just simply got too much to do. It's just that simple. I mean, 2 hours you can be up in the mountain skiing. You can be down here surfing. You can be, sidewalk cafe eating. And oh, by the way, you can go see a show. But since there's 6,000 shows down here and they're not equity shows, you go to a 99-seat theater or community theater. You don't have to spend money on it. And so the general public would rather go to a movie or sit at home and watch TV or something like that here in LA. So there's just so much to do that it's just legitimately hard to take it seriously, and therefore I think hard to take LA actors seriously. We don't have to do what New York and Chicago actors have to do. We just don't. And we have to do other things. Say again?
The ones who do seem to stand out.
Yeah. And if you look in film and television, there are a lot of LA actors. They pay their dues. So I'm not saying we don't pay our dues. We do. I mean, if you have to sit on the 405 freeway to get to an audition, ingesting all that smog, you're paying your dues. Trust me, I know.
So do you think that people, because LA theater ticket prices aren't the same price as Broadway theater ticket prices, do you think people put less value on it because they're cheaper?
No, I just think it's just too much to do here in LA. I mean, when you go to legit theater in LA, the Amundsen, the Music Center and such, the ticket prices are just as much here as they are in New York. It's just there's not a lot of that here.
Yeah.
And there's more showcasing.
Exactly.
Which might be a problem. Right.
Exactly. You can get your mom to come out and see your showcase any day in the week.
Yes. But please don't make us go through it.
I'm like, oh God, do I have to hear that song one more time?
Guys, if you have any questions for Alfonso Friedman, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Nett on CRN Digital Talk. Man, I'm talking fast.
Whether you're restoring